and then we're going to get on with the show. Good morning, YouTube, and good morning, TikTok. You're watching live with LWL Lindsay with Love. Today is 12/31/2024 on a Tuesday morning. I would say happy New Year's Eve. However, thank you for the good morning, VIP Deborah. However, my spiritual self does not quite believe that it is the new year quite yet. It does not make sense in my brain from an energetic perspective. So I'm not a big New Year's Eve celebrator. And in fact, I will stay home tonight and have a normal evening, just like I typically would, because we are in the middle of winter time. Does it make sense? We'd be starting something new right now? Absolutely not. Furthermore, I know that Mars is still retrograde, and not just retrograde anywhere, retrograde in Cancer, one of the most challenging placements for Mars to be retrograde. And so we're not meant to be going out and setting these huge resolutions right now. We're not meant to be going out and like setting up these major goals. Now, that's not to say I won't do some self-reflection, because I think self-reflection is important, but I also self-reflect at the end of every single month almost. So it's not, once again, out of the norm. Mars was bright last night, Tara says. Welcome to the chat, Tara. Yes, same. Jojo says April 1st is New Year. Amen to that, my friend. Kimberly's in the house. VIP Deborah, thank you for the coffee, the good morning. I appreciate that. Kelby, I think. Welcome to the chat. Dina's in the house. Welcome. If you're new here, please say hello. Hi. I go live Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I'm talking manifestation, spirituality, energy healing, and perspective shifting. I'm talking very quickly, so I'm going to slow it down. I'm excited this morning. It's going to be a very beautiful day. Kimberly's in the house. Hey, Kimberly. Hey, Jen. Hey, Dina. I think I said hi to you. Michelle is here. Mortgages by Key, I think. Welcome to the chat. Annabelle, welcome to the chat. Oh my gosh, so many new people. Michelle, my belle, welcome to the chat. It's so nice to see you here. Hello. Thank you for being here, and it's nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. The Encourager 10, welcome to the chat. Diane is in the house. Eddie's in the house. Lauren's in the house. Aaron, Helen, Angie. Oh my gosh, so many new people. Samina, I think is how you say it. Flippo Slater. Welcome to the chat. Wow, you guys. Okay, so I'm not an NYE girly, so we're not going to talk goal setting. We talked a little bit about it yesterday. I am going to review today. This is what I plan to review today. I plan to review my current income streams. I plan to review where I kind of ended the calendar year, the calendar year, and I plan to look at perhaps my capacity for either creating new courses, maybe adding more content. I will review that, because what I really love to do is forecast my numbers out. I just absolutely love it. I love to play with, if I keep at the same ratio of exponential growth, I will be here. If I increase my growth, I will be here. If I hit a couple viral videos, I will be here. So I'm gonna play with that, and I really do hope in 2025, when it actually starts in April, in the spring, right? Which makes sense. When we start to plant the seeds, get their ground ready to put the seeds in, we plant the seeds and then they harvest in the fall. This makes sense. And then in the winter we rest. I'm going to think about those things though. I will be thinking about it. It's a time for reflection. It's not a time for doing, okay? In my opinion, this is my own personal opinion, by the way. I share my stories and my experiences from my spiritual journey. So please, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. I'm not here to tell you what to do with your life, okay? Absolutely not. Hey, Linz. Hey, Michelle. It is so nice to see you here. Artist is in the house. Bonnie's in the house. God's Armor's in the house. Welcome to the chat. I agree 100%. VIP Deborah says. Dave says, I'm Capricorn born. Is a goat year. How's it going to be financially? Dave, I just posted some videos for, actually, I don't know if Capricorn is posted yet, for the horoscopes for January 2025. I don't know off the top of my head how it's going to be financially. Dave, if you want to have a very powerful financial year, then you should start submitting that into your subconscious programming. Start saying, I'm going to have the best financial year ever. I'm going to have the best financial year ever. Start saying it now, so that way when the new year does start in the springtime, you'll be ready to go and you'll have that programming already there for yourself. Remember, you guys, we are creating our reality through our thoughts and our speech and our energy. So yes, the stars do carry energy, and yes, there are better times to launch new products. There's better times to, work on your love relationship than others, and I think that's very important to understand. However, at the end of the day, you are the creator of your reality. All right. You're welcome. No worries. Wait, Iris is in the house. Good morning. Jillian's in the house. Good morning. Hey, AD. Welcome to the chat. VIP Deborah says your prediction for Virgo for January was just spectacular, amazing, eye-opening. So 100% on. Thank you for that, VIP Deborah. I really appreciate that. Super sweet of you to say. I felt really good during those channelings. That was the first time in a couple of months where I felt like the energy was just coming through. Somebody put a note somebody put a note on one of my channelings that said, "Who are you talking to with your eyes closed?" And I was like, delete that comment. I thought that was a strange comment, but it did kind of make me giggle because I was like, well, clearly I'm talking to the Virgos that are, I think it was actually on Virgo's video. So yeah, it cracked me up. Nikki Thomas is in the house, Jody Larson in the house. Today is the day I will in fact set aside time to buy a new chair so I can be done with this squeaky chair that is very not comfortable. All right, you guys, let's get going with the show. We're going to continue the conversation around Florence Scovel Shinn. But first, I wanted to tell you the story about what I shared in the Cosmic Collective yesterday. I'm sharing this story with you, by the way, because there is opportunity for very quick shifts, energetically speaking. In this story, there is very strong opportunity to recognize frequencies within this story, and then also to applaud and be proud of yourself. I was proud of myself when I had the awareness and I sat down and thought, oh, I could have really spiraled when this happened. So, and by the way, you guys, this is when I share stories around energy, they typically seem very silly. They seem small because energy ultimately is a very simple concept, but it's rather profound, not on the physical plane, but on the energetic plane. Slaying full time. Happy New Year to you. I'm not celebrating the New Year today. Lenny, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. Amanda's in the house. Thank you. Welcome to the chat. Emma's in the house. Sarah's 111 is in the house. Charles in the house. Barry's in the house. CDK in the house. Welcome. Okay. From Australia. Oh, awesome. It's already probably, yeah, it's the New Year there already. New Year. Okay, so it's the 2025 calendar New Year in Australia. Happy calendar New Year. I guess that's how I can say it. So when I share these stories, they sound silly, perhaps. They sound like, why is this girl on the internet talking about this? And how is this even a spiritual thing? How does this even make sense for my reality? But what I'm offering to you is stories where you might miss your opportunity for awareness. You might miss your opportunity for perspective shifting, and you might miss your opportunity for actually going into a new version of yourself, one that's calmer, more fulfilled, happier, more abundant, healthier, whatever it is you're hoping for. Okay, so I share these stories, and at first you might think, where is this going? And then afterwards you're like, oh, okay, well, maybe I can apply this to my life in some way. So I went to this very beautiful resort and I decided to get a facial. And it's called a hydrofacial, so it's not like a normal kind of just like wipe the skin type of facial. It uses a machine. It really gets deep down into your pores, da-da-da. Okay, and so the lady that did my facial was like, you've had this before? I said, yes, I had it before. I really loved it. I had it done at a different spot, at a different resort the first time. Excuse me. Good morning, James Lou. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. And so I was ready to have this facial. I knew what to expect. The last time, what happened was I had the facial. The girl showed me everything that happened. She was explaining it to me. Afterwards, my skin was just like radiant. I did not have a single pimple, no breakouts afterwards. It was just like so beautiful. So I was very excited because I was like, I'm just gonna kind of shed these old skin cells and just feel rejuvenated and a little bit restored and have the rest of my time to enjoy my new skin, basically. And I had this facial done on the morning. We arrived in the evening, and then the next morning is when I had it done, and then we were at that resort for another few days. So basically my entire trip was this face that I have today. And can't stay longer, we'll check your content later. Lenny, you may want to follow me on YouTube or subscribe to me on YouTube at I am Lindsay with Love. All of these are recording on YouTube as well, so you can always catch the replays. But thank you, it's nice to meet you as well. Thanks for being here for a little bit. Michelle is in the house. Sarah Thomas, welcome to the chat. So I get this facial, and the first couple hours, my skin looks really beautiful. I come out of the spa and I'm in kind of the women's lounge, and this lady is like, did you just get a facial? And I said, I did. And she was like, who did your facial? And I told her the woman's name, and she was like, oh, she said, what kind did you get? I said, I got a hydrofacial. And she goes, oh my gosh, see? She goes, I'm gonna go change my facial right now. And I said, okay, why? Like, what's going on? It was this really beautiful interaction where she was like, last time I got a hydrofacial and they said it didn't really work. This time your skin looks really beautiful. I have the same person doing it, the same esthetician. So I'm going to change it and try and see if it works this time. And I said, oh, I'm sure she'll do a great job. Like, it was really, really nice. So I get the facial done, and the first couple hours, everything's great. By like that afternoon, I'm starting to notice a lot of little pimples all over my face. The next morning, I wake up and my whole face is just bumpy, and it's very unlike my skin. So I was like, what is actually happening here? So I start Googling like aftermath of hydrofacials, like what to expect after a hydrofacial. And it was like, yeah, your skin is purging and it gets really deep. And so if there is bacteria or whatever down deep in your pores, of course it's going to come out through little pimples on your face. This is very normal. So where the story is going is this. One old version of me would have been so insecure and so subconscious walking around with a rather bumpy face for the rest of my vacation. I would have been rather pissed off, to be frank. I would have been annoyed. I would have been bratty. It would have ruined a good amount of my time there. It really would have. And new version of me realized, like, I'm actually not even upset. I know that this is part of the process, and I recognize that things have to change for things to change. And so my skin is purging, it is releasing, and I must surrender to the release. I really have no other choice anyway. So I'm going to surrender to this release and trust that in a few days, after this purge is kind of complete, I'm going to drink a lot of water, I'm going to drink a lot of tea, and I'm going to get my steps in, do all of my normal things, and I'm just going to simply trust that my skin is going to come out on the other side of this very fresh and feeling really good. Okay? So I decided to let that go. Then what I realized very quickly after that was, holy cow, I am absolutely, not that I needed the confirmation by any means, but the next step of this thought process is I'm actually in a very powerful new frequency, one where I'm so confident in who I am from a soul level that I really don't care all that much about if somebody were to be judging me or interacting with me based on a couple of pimples on my face. Down to like me meeting my partner's good friends from when he was younger. Like I met one of his best friends from when he was 6 years old. I met his wife. I met their little baby. All of this with a look that I typically would not really go out of the house with. And so I thought to myself, so not only did I make sure and I stood in my energy and I didn't let this even really bother me, number one, but number two, I recognize that I'm very much in a secure frequency, in a confident frequency, recognizing that appearance obviously is not nearly anything as it relates to the soul, right? You can have the most beautiful soul and look whatever way you want. It does not matter. 2, and 3, an opportunity to be very proud of myself for all of the work that I have done over the past however many years on my spiritual journey, to say I really have stepped into this new version of myself, this healed version of myself. And any of you, most of you that are listening, because you are here and you're interested in this story, you're either on a healing journey of your own that maybe you haven't given yourself enough pats on the back for, or you're a light worker of some sort ready to shine your light, something like that. And so you're recognizing this moment, right? It's a proud moment. And I felt very proud. So I share this story simply because it is a quick moment in my life that I will probably not think of again, right? However, it was an opportunity for me to recognize energy and become very aware, very aware. And these moments are happening every single day of our lives, every single day. So how aware are you of your energy at any given moment? And if you're aware of it, you don't let yourself spiral. You don't let yourself be moved. You just put on your cute outfit and your sandals and you go into that casino feeling like a baddie who just got a facial. And yeah, I just got a facial. I'm about to have glowing skin in a few days. And until then, this is what I look like, right? I surrender to the purge. I surrender to the release. All right, let me get caught up. Mel says, a very great story and very relatable. I'm glad that it helps you, Mel, and I'm glad that you could relate. KVNG Zino, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. Megan's in the house. Clemente is in the house. Malaya's in the house. Christy, welcome. Nilia, welcome. Adam, I hope I'm saying your names right. Such an excellent analogy, VIP Deborah says. Thank you for that, VIP Deborah. Yeah, and so what's happening in your life? Now, it could be as small as I got some pimples from my facial. I know that's a very small experience. I know that that's not that traumatic, right? By any means, it's not traumatic. Unless maybe you've been dealing with skin issues and it is traumatic. I don't know. It's not my trauma, but it could be yours. So I hope that wasn't triggering for anybody. But what is happening in your life, whether it is seemingly small or seemingly very large, and can you become aware of what is actually happening from an energetic perspective. Everything is energy. If you can learn how to speak energy, which is if you can understand on the physical plane how to twist or turn that into an energetic awareness, lesson, perspective, experience, you will absolutely win at life. You will get everything you want. You have to, because you understand how energy works, right? Thank you for all the likes, VIP Deborah. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. M says, I love this so much. Well, M, welcome to the chat. Perhaps you want to join the Cosmic Collective for $33 a month. It is a subscription. And when you join the collective, you get access to my Discord. So you're access to me every single day on Discord. You get monthly spiritual lessons. You get 2 monthly spiritual Q&As where you can come live on Zoom and ask me questions about your spiritual or healing journey, how to perspective shift. Maybe you're stuck somewhere in life. What's the next step to take? Those types of questions. And we also do 1 group energy healing a month live on Zoom as well. It is extremely powerful inside of that group. You may want to join. You just may want to join. Basil, oh boy. Basil Bub. Thanks, that last bit lifted my heart a bit. You're welcome, my friend. I'm glad that your heart is lifted. You know what? This is a place where we are learning how to use our energy that is natural to us. This is what I host. This is what I'm here for, to raise the frequency of the planet. And I believe that the way that I'm going to really do that is by sharing these lessons. They're so small. They're seemingly stupid. I had 50 some people listening at the beginning, and there's 14, 15, 20 of you bopping in and out. It's not for the person that's really uninterested in this type of information, because you won't take it to where you need to take it. It's almost annoying. If you know, but you don't know how to implement it, it is annoying as hell. It is the worst place to be. I know spirituality, but I'm living this awful life. Well, why? Now, I would say, if you know spirituality and you've been healing and you're in one of these lull moments, recognize that when you surrender to the release, you're kind of blooming back in. When I surrender to the release, my skin is about to be very, very beautiful, right? Rejuvenated and restored. But there has to be those few days, and however long those few days are for you depends on the experience. It depends on the situation. It could be a few months, or it could be a couple of months, or it could be a year, or it could be 3 days. Like, really, it just depends, right? Mel, thank you for the likes. VIP Deborah, thank you for the likes. Sourcing Pros Inc. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the chat. Bye Bye Blemishes says about past due bills and helping others. Ooh, sorry, I think I missed something there. I helped someone and got nothing in return. Doing my best to be positive, but keep being in a bad mood. About past due bills, helping others who give nothing in return. Doing my best to shift, but then my energy goes back to blah. I would help people with an expectation of receiving something in return. I think that's probably where you went a little bit wrong. I don't ever help people expecting that they're going to give me something back. I just don't. Now, if you help people with the expectation that you are receiving something back, and I'm not saying this is what happened for you, I'm absolutely not saying this is what happened for you, but just as a quick kind of aside, it's actually really beautiful. We couldn't make this up. A beautiful segue into what I'm about to share with you now is if you help people with the expectation of receiving something back, I would question the motive behind the helping, and it's likely the reason you didn't get anything back, right? There has to be it has to be coming from the heart. And with that, let's segue into Florence. Oh, that was aggressive. Sorry, guys. Let's segue into The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel Shinn. Powerful, powerful, powerful person who understands energy, understood energy. When you understand energy, I guarantee you will have the best life ever. It's a bold guarantee. I know it is. But I also know that I learned my energy and I have the best life ever. And it's only getting better. So there you have it. I am my own guarantee. I'm my own living proof. Florence Scovel Shinn is looking at passages in the Bible, and she takes them from very Christian, very solid, physical, direct interpretation, and she changes it, interprets it into energy, similar to Neville Goddard, okay? So this chapter that we're on is called The Law of Karma and the Law of Forgiveness. And it's really powerful, perfect segue. The first, I will even show you guys, this is what I first highlighted. It says, which we were just talking about, man receives only that which he gives. The game of life is a game of boomerangs. All right? So But let's take it a step further. When he gives out of the goodness of the heart, right? For a path of service to others versus to self. That's very important. It's very important. You can't go around giving with expecting everyone to give back to you. I go out giving with all of my heart. I willingly give and I graciously receive. I don't think if I give to this person, they must give back to me. I say, if I give to this person, I know, absolutely know, K-N-O-W, capital letters underlined, I know the universe will return something to me that is of like manner of what I gave. So here I am giving all this information to you. I know I will receive some sort of abundance for it. I will receive some sort of love and compassion back. I will. I trust that. Okay? So she goes on to say, man's thoughts, deeds, and words return to him sooner or later with astounding accuracy. So for those of you that are inside of the Manifesting Club, when we go to the part after we meditate and cleanse the chakras, we ground, center, shield, right? Yesterday we did it. It was very powerful. Yesterday the Manifesting Club was a lot of fun. It was a nice small group, and I felt like the energy was just moving very, very easily and beautifully. Although maybe like we were all kind of just like very just calm. It was a very calming energy. But when we bring up the energy of gratitude and we push it out to the universe, and then we build out the energy of gratitude and we let it boomerang back into our bubble, we boomerang it back. Why do you think I say that? Because we're pushing it out, we're receiving it in. We're pushing it out, we're receiving it in. The law of karma. Everyone thinks that karma is bad. Ooh, they're going to get their karma. But what about good karma? Did you forget? Right? That's why we want to be in a very positive thought loop. We want to speak positively. We want to share our knowledge and our love with others. We really do. Super beautiful. All right, let me get caught up on the comments. VIP Deborah's just finger must be sore. All these likes. Thank you for that. Shadows in the house. Basil. Oh boy, I think it's Basil Bub. Am I saying that right? Basil Bub. Thank you for the follow. Thanks for being here. Chris Drew is in the chat. Catherine's in the chat. Generva, welcome to the chat. D Jamal, welcome to the chat. Abba, welcome to the chat. Or Abba, perhaps. You get what you give. Amen to that. The Island Sea Monster, welcome to the chat. Thank you for sharing the live. Mel, I appreciate that. All right. So she goes on to say, she says, my friend is high in consciousness. This is really beautiful, you guys. For those of you that are here and still hanging out with me, you are going to win at your life. If you feel like you're not fully winning yet, get ready. Absolutely get ready. I'm only getting better. So if you keep hanging out with me, you're going to get better. That's the energetic exchange, right? She says in the book, my friend is high in consciousness. In other words, she's done a lot of mental work. She has the acuteness. She has the awareness. She understands how energy works. So her karma returns much more quickly than to one on the mental plane. She's past the mental, right? The mental is the ego, the mind, the logic telling us, this can't be so, da-da-da. She's past that. She says, no, I actually know how energy works. So I'm gonna feed my subconscious with positivity. I'm gonna loop myself with my gratitude journaling, my blessings. I'm just gonna keep thinking of all the positive things. So eventually all the negatives kind of go away. She goes on to say, the more man knows, the more he is responsible for. And a person with a knowledge of spiritual law, aka you listening, which he does not practice, which he does not implement, suffers greatly in consequence. Ugh, right? I just said that earlier before I even read this to you. When you know energetically what the heck is happening, but you don't take it to that next level, which is implementation, you suffer. Because it is the worst thing to know that you are the controller of your reality, the creator of your reality, but not know how to do it simply because you're stuck in fear, simply because you don't want to allow the release, simply because, right? How annoying. How annoying. Don't let that be you, you guys. Do not let that be you. And if you hang out with me, if you join the Cosmic Collective, I will not let that be you. Anytime somebody's in that Discord asking something, whatever, I'm like, no, we're changing this perspective. We're going to flip it. Let me help you. Let me offer a new vision or something like that. And by the way, for those of you that are really closely connected to me, in other words, those of you that are showing up to the Manifestation Club all the time or at least once a month, for those of you that are inside the Cosmic Collective doing the work, hanging out with me, joining the spiritual chats, joining the group energy healings, you know who you are. I hold a vision for you. I see you exactly the way that you desire to be seen, just so you're aware. And it only takes one person to see you as a success, and that's going to be me. And I will not ever falter on that for you. That's part of my duty here and the connection that we have. It is very powerful. VIP Aaron is in the house. Hey, VIP Aaron, welcome to the chat. Good morning, my friend. Shine Bright Sun, welcome to the chat. Have faith, I love that. Welcome to the chat. Diana's in the house. Good morning. So if you need somebody on your team that understands energy, that understands spirituality, that does not know you, so doesn't know your past, isn't going to, by the way, I would not judge you for it anyway. We've all gone through our own things, right? If you need somebody like that on your team, in your corner, then join the Cosmic Collective. Absolutely join before the middle of January. I'm raising the price mid-January. Right now it's only $33 a month, so if you join, you'll get grandfathered in. Glam and Glow, welcome to the chat. Thanks for being here. For Love and Peace, welcome to the chat. Amy M111, welcome to the chat. VIP Deborah says she's crying. Mel says, VIP Aaron, hi. Aaron, guess who wrote 3 pages last night? Woo! Mel, I'm telling you, it's gonna go way faster than you even think. It's going to go way faster. It was just like, done. It was like this. Like, I have a book right here, so let me just grab a book. This is a small book, but nonetheless, it was like this. It was just kind of like, and then you went, that was easy. And then you just like set it aside, like done. And I get that vision when we do the manifestations for Aaron as well. And so maybe I should start putting my name in the hat and get my book written as well. But one thing at a time. VIP Deborah says, I did see pages slipping on Mel's too. Yeah, we aren't going to talk about how behind, VIP Aaron, let that go. That's okay. You are in divine order, my friend. You're in divine order. You guys are awesome. You really are awesome. I love hanging out with you guys. All right. Thank you for the follow, Melissa Elizabeth. Welcome to the chat. All right, let's keep going. Actually, I want to go back to that. The more man knows, the more he is responsible for. Knowledge is power. They say knowledge is power. Why do they say that? Because it's true, right? Knowledge is power. The more I know, the more I'm responsible for. If I know that smoking a pack of cigarettes a day is not healthy for me, then I'm meant to do something with that knowledge, right? In other words, try to cut the habit or not ever smoke a cigarette, which I've never smoked a cigarette in my life. So it's like that type of vibe, right? You know something, and so it's like you have to really implement strategies, systems like we talked about yesterday perhaps, to release some of those things or to change and implement into. Now from a spiritual perspective, this is powerful because the more you know spiritually, the more you are responsible for. So from a spiritual perspective, like I don't really let myself have a bad day. And not to say I don't have a feeling once in a while of like negativity or annoyance or frustration, but it is so few and far between because I just tell myself, why am I going to be annoyed about this? I know already that any obstacle that comes my way is actually an opportunity. Any challenge is an opportunity. And it's an opportunity for something, to set a new boundary, to learn a new system, to change something in some way. And I really just don't allow it anymore. And I say, Lindsay, that would be so silly for you to get so frustrated because then you spiral, you're lowering your frequency and ultimately you're lowering your manifesting power. When you lower your manifesting power, it's harder for you to get what you want. Your energy doesn't boomerang back as quickly and as easily, right? Mel sending productive vibes, Sarah. That's super sweet, Mel. Super sweet. VIP Sarah, I may be finishing my presentation on the plane, but it's all good. Well, you know what, VIP Aaron? I will send you all the best energy, expand time, request the most benevolent outcome, right? Don't forget, I request the most benevolent outcome that I finish this in the next 3 hours. That's what I did with my channeling sessions. I said within 4 hours. I finished it within 3. Every time I came to a moment where I was getting a little bit nervous or I felt a little bit of like I have so much to do, I said no. I requested the most benevolent outcome. I trust that I can get it done. And by the way, you guys, I did end up writing a report. I never finished my report. And VIP Aaron, I did write my report for my final customer to send to her on the 26th of December, which I did on the way to Florida. Almost the whole way until my computer died. So sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. And I hope you're feeling better. I'm sure that has something to do with it, right? So it's kind of hard to be in like super high vibe states when you're letting that energy. I like that. I'm writing it down. I request the most benevolent outcome. Victoria, my friend, it's nice to see you. I haven't seen you in so long. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, you guys, you got this. Good morning, Shay Shay. Oh my gosh, everybody's here. Hey, Alicia, welcome to the chat. Hey, Shay Shay in the D. You got your name back. I think it's been back for a while, but JMB says, I need help. I'm receiving messages, but they're asking me to leave family. Tried manifesting better. It does. VIP Aaron says, I tried plowing through and then had to listen. Yep, exactly. Yeah, of course. JMB, I need help. I'm receiving messages where they're asking me to leave family. I'm not sure what that means, and I don't want to give you any sort of advice because I don't know you and I don't know what messages you're receiving. If you're receiving messages from your higher self, they're loving, caring messages. So we're not going to go into that conversation. Sorry, but it's too personal for this conversation right now. MX male, I think is how you say it, is your DC sign the sign you look for, what you give? I'm not sure what the question is there. What do you mean by that? Yeah, sorry, JMB. I can't give you any sort of guidance there. All right, so let's keep going on. One more time, the more man knows, the more he is responsible for. And a person with a knowledge of spiritual law, which he does not practice, suffers greatly in consequence. So people say, well, can I get off of my spiritual journey? Because eventually you have to implement. You absolutely have to implement. And I say, you can't really get off of it. You can slow it down, but it's kind of for what? Why would you? Because you're going to live such a beautiful life. Are there some hurdles and humps and bumps you need to get over? Yes, of course. But why would you want to stop it? Why would you want to, like, it's this like beautiful train, right? Why would you want to slow it down? Crown, I'm not sure your name, but I'm not celebrating the new year. I don't believe this is a new year. What you should not be doing right now is marching forward in any sort of action activities. We have not really the new year. We're in the dead of winter, right? Farmers aren't planting seeds right now, so that doesn't quite make sense. And we also have Mars in retrograde in Cancer nonetheless, so not a powerful time at all to be doing any sort of big movements or changes. What I would recommend right now is that you do some self-reflection work. And think about, yeah, the new year is in March, April, yeah. I use the spring equinox as the new year, and I want to say the spring equinox is March 21st. I'm going to Google it really quickly, and then we're going to keep going with the conversation. Does somebody know off the top of their head? Maybe VIP Deborah knows. March 19th. Okay, so somewhere around there. March 21st, March 19th. Calby, I think is how you say your name. Thank you for the follow. All right, so let's not suffer in consequence. If you guys know you're listening, so you know this information. There's a reason you're listening, it's because you're interested. So maybe you're just starting off on your spiritual journey. Maybe you're at this part where you're like, I'm very obviously using my energy at this point. Maybe you're there. Wherever you're at, it doesn't quite matter. Tap in, implement what you know. One time I had somebody tell me, yeah, I received guidance from my guides, but I just didn't listen. And I was like, oh, why? Like, why wouldn't you listen? And they were like, I don't know, I just felt like it wasn't right. And I was like, well, if you're asking your guides for guidance and your guides give you guidance, you're not smarter than them. I'm sorry to say, I'm not smarter than them either. I've never claimed that. I'm not smarter than the most intelligent energy that's moving through me constantly, most wise energy. So I would say, listen, right? Listen. So she goes on to say, Jesus Christ said, by the way, you guys remember she's taking excerpts from the Bible and she's turning them into energy and understanding what the energetic, there's always energy behind everything in the physical plane. So if you can understand the energy behind the words, the energy behind the sentences, the energy behind me hanging out with you right now, right? Then you're starting to win. And eventually you'll be very much winning. Jesus Christ said, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. She says, so we see freedom from all unhappy conditions. We see freedom from all unhappy conditions, in parentheses, comes through knowledge, a knowledge of spiritual law. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. In other words, I know spiritual law, and I'm set free from all of my unhappy conditions. Powerful. She says, obedience precedes authority. Obedience precedes authority. So you need to be obedient first in order to have the authority, right? And the law obeys man when he obeys the law. Now, we're not talking about the 55 mile per hour speed marker. We're talking the spiritual law. She says the law of electricity must be obeyed before it becomes man's servant. When handled ignorantly, it becomes man's deadly foe. So with the laws of the mind. I'm going to read it again. Bye Bye Blemishes says, this is me. I know, but not exercising it, so I'm not living my best life in the 3D. Yeah, gotta exercise it. And it's hard. Initially, it is very hard, especially when you're first starting to exercise it. I know. I've been there. You will release friends. You will release old habits, old hobbies. You have to mourn, literally mourn versions of you that no longer exist, that you were so connected to. I understand. It's not easy initially, but it becomes easier because you start to recognize, well, this isn't for me. If this is so hard, it's not for me, right? You kind of start to recognize those flows, and then it becomes much, much easier. Crown, you get guided, or you get your guidance by connecting to your higher self. And the way I personally did that was by clearing my chakra system. I started at the root chakra, worked all the way through my crown chakra. I became clairaudient. Now I channel, and now I teach this sort of information. If you're interested in learning from me, you can join the Unleash Your Manifesting Power course. If you click the link in my bio, in my profile, click up here, click the link that's in my profile, click Healing Courses. It's called the Unleash Your Manifesting Power course. It's only $77 a month, basically $11 for each chakra, and it's a series of multiple videos along with exercises for you to do to actually heal yourself. That's what you'll be doing in that course. You'll be healing yourself, but really the end of that course is you activate your manifesting power. Why? Because you have to be in energetic alignment to be in your strongest manifesting power. So that's really the end goal of the course. Is you get so many gifts from that course, but ultimately I would say it's, now I'm connected, now I trust my intuition, I'm receiving my guidance. And the beautiful part about guidance is this: it tells you the exact actions to take, aligned actions, not hard actions, not difficult things, not humans pushing boulders up mountaintops. Small actions to take at the right time for you to actually start taking serious progress or moving toward your goals, right? So you just tap in. And then all of a sudden, the guides are saying, do this next, and do this next, and do this next. And then pretty soon, you have a thriving spiritual business. Pretty soon, you have, I don't know, the love of your life. Pretty soon, you have the body you always dreamed of. Like, whatever your goals are. But I promise you, it will be expansive and abundant in the most calming, happy, and fulfilled way. There will be an ease of life. VIP Deborah says, VIP Aaron, my heart just jumped while I was sending extra energy out to you to accomplish needs. Oh, that's very sweet of you. Mother Goose, welcome to the chat. Thank you for all the likes. Thanks for being here. You guys, if you're interested in this type of information, I really recommend following me. I go live Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is what we talk about. Every day is different. Sometimes it's a little bit the same. And I try to use different words because different words will hit different auras and energies differently. So sometimes something I say is like, that doesn't make sense, it doesn't resonate, and then the next day I could say it in a different way with different words, put together in a different sentence structure, and you're like, holy cow, that just hit my soul. So it just depends on where you're at in your journey and what you're really tapped into. All right, let's keep going. Thank you for the follow-up, Mother Goose. Welcome to the chat. So do you guys want me to read that again? She basically says, and ye shall know, Jesus Christ says, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. In other words, so we see freedom from your suffering. Let's just call it that. Freedom from your suffering comes through knowledge, a knowledge of the spiritual law, aka a knowledge of how to use energy to win at life. That is what I'm teaching you. How to use your natural, by the way, this isn't energy you have to go out and buy. This is energy that's you. You are the energy, right? You are the tool. You are the artist and you are the tool. So allow yourself to learn your energy. Permission is granted for you to be a little strange, different from your family, whatever. You have a friend in me if you want to talk about these types of things. Good morning, yo fave BBW. Welcome to the chat. Good morning. Fitness Poetica, welcome to the chat. Thanks for being here. April, welcome to the chat. She goes on to say, obedience precedes authority. In other words, you have to obey the law, right? The law obeys man when he obeys the law. She goes on to explain it through electricity. She says the law of electricity must be obeyed before it becomes man's servant. And truly, electricity is our servant, right? We flip on the switch, it turns on. We tell it what to do. We turn on the computer, we turn on the phone, whatever. It's our servant. We know how to use it, right? We know how to use it. We obey the laws of it. We don't, when we were little, all the parents told us, do not stick your finger in that socket. Do not. And then somebody got smart and started building those little plastic caps to put into the plug. And then they became kind of choking hazards. So I don't know if that's still a thing or not, but you get my point, right? We were all taught, do not stick your finger in the hole, okay? And she goes on to say that when handled ignorantly, in other words, if you were to stick your finger in the hole, it becomes man's deadly foe. So we learn how to use the energy to create our best reality. But if we don't know how to use the energy, we may live an okay life in the 3D world, but who wants to be mediocre? I don't. There was a point in my life where I was so mediocre and I got so tired. I was like, this is not the life I came here to live. And then I was watching, oh my gosh, America's Next Top Model back in like the 2000s, back when things were like a little bit wild, when they showed everything on TV and it was just kind of like a crazy time. And I think it was Janice Dickinson, is that her name? She was kind of, you know, a very forward woman. And she said to one of the models, "You are really committed." She said to them, I will never forget this line, ever. It hit me like, whoa. She said, "Why are you so committed to defending your own mediocrity?" She said that because the model didn't want to get their hair cut and do the makeover, which I understand, but she's in the hands of the professionals who are trying to help her achieve her dream. So then you have to question, is she really interested in this dream? Or is she just here flouncing around on TV? Which is it? Why are you so committed to defending your own mediocrity? And when that hit my brain, it hit me before I realized what it really meant, but it hit my soul in a way that I've never forgotten it. And then I went into my own mediocre life where I was suffering, barely paying my bills, overweight, insecure, jealous, not good enough, fake it till you make it, all of the crappy things down there. And then one day I decided, like, I don't want to be like everybody else. I don't want to be mediocre. If you want to be like the average American, okay, you're living in debt, you probably hate your job, like there's all these things that average people do. Like, I don't want to be that. And probably you don't either because you're hanging out with me. And I'm okay saying that, by the way. It took me a long time to feel that confident to say that. And now here I am. So let me help you not be that. Mel L is like, whoa, mind blown, VIP Aaron, yeah, wow. Bye Bye Blemishes says, this is not the life I came here to live. Yeah, it hit me. I was like, why am I doing this? Like, this is not what I have to be. Like, I'm allowed to create my reality, so why am I creating this? This is so weird. I just made a note of that comment, Mel L. Thank you for that. Make a note of that. VIP Aaron says, same. All right, so let's keep going. I'm on one today, you guys. Can't hold me down. She says, okay, so we're still talking, by the way, about karma and the energy of boomeranging, right? At the very beginning, we said energy is a boomerang. So what you put out, you get back. I willingly give, I graciously receive, Grandpa Bob tells us. Excuse me, she says. So then she starts talking about money because everybody wants more money. So do I. I'm not afraid to admit that. If you can admit you want more money, you're going to get more money, by the way. One time I was listening to a podcast, this is back in like 2021, and thank you for the heart me, VIP Aaron, and the guy was like, yeah, I tested out my energy and if I could speak something into existence. So I said to this guy, give me money, I want money. And he said, the next day I got like a $10,000 check in the mail or some like decent amount of money. And so to this day, my partner and I, like randomly, I'll look at him and I'll be like, give me money, I want money. And we just have this silly kind of interaction about it because it's not so serious. It's not so serious. So by the way, the energy of money is not that serious. You have to respect it just like anything. A quick aside really quickly before we go into this money conversation, because I found it very interesting. I heard a TikTok, and I wish I saved it, but I didn't. So I can't credit the person, but I heard her say that she was on I think an ayahuasca journey, and she had met the coffee fairy, the fairy that is the energy of coffee like you drink. And she said that people are abusing coffee, and I thought that would probably be the conversation with the money energy as well, like a money fairy, which is, if you respect me, coffee, I will help you be more creative. I will help you get into a flow state. I'm actually a really strong stimulant for you to think of new ideas. But if you abuse me, in other words, you slam 5 cups of coffee before 6 a.m. and you're shaking on your way to the office, it's the opposite effect. VIP Aaron, thank you for making me a cowboy. I appreciate it. Thanks for lighting up my gift gallery. So I kind of think of that as the energy of money. It's playful. It wants to be moving and grooving. It's dancing. It's ebbing and flowing. It's coming and going, right? So now let's talk about this. She says, if a man desires riches, he must first be rich in the consciousness. Okay, we know that. We already know that. She says, for example, a woman came to me asking treatment for prosperity. She did not take much interest in her household affairs, and her home was in great disorder. I said to her, if you wish to be rich, you must be orderly. All men with great wealth are orderly, and order is heaven's first law. I added, you will never become rich with a burnt match in the pincushion. So, I talk often about creating an energetic flow in your environment, right? This is why in the morning, I make my bed every morning. I fold all the blankets that we used the night before. We either wash some dishes, maybe some coffee mugs that we used this morning. I put them to dry, I put them away. Before I really get started in like any writing of emails, going on here, not really because I'm jumping online right away after my morning routine, but after this, I will clean up my office space. Like I will look through papers, like this paper was used yesterday for the Manifesting Club. It's done with. I will rip it into pieces and I will throw it in the garbage because it's old information. It's done. It's already manifested, right? And I trust that it's all coming to you. So I will clean up my space energetically to allow the flow of energy. It's such a simple idea. It's like one time I had, I think it was my cousin. My cousin said that my uncle, so her dad told her once, if you want a nice car, if you really want a nice car, you will treat every car like the nicest car you ever had. And you will help yourself manifest that car. And then I remember one day, this is way back when I was little, and she had just bought a new Cadillac for herself. She had gotten a new job, she just got her dream car. And my uncle was like, do you feel like you made it? And she's like, yeah, but the way I got here is because I treated every car like this car. In other words, you take out the water bottles. Your trunk isn't a closet. You know, your papers are off this passenger seat. It's that kind of vibe. It's just like if you were to want a love partner, but every night you put 3 body pillows on the side of the bed where somebody might be sleeping. Well, how is that person going to sleep there from an energetic perspective if there's no space? Or there's like a bunch of, I don't know, like you fall asleep with books all over on your bed, or I don't know, as examples, right? What is the order of your environment, and can the energy smoothly flow through, allowing things to come to you? Or is it in a bit of disarray, causing resistance and all these obstacles that the energy must jump over? And I'm doing this because I have a pile of books right here. But these are books I use every day in my day-to-day life. So they stay on my desk and this is their space. So that's okay. But if it was that I had like multiple, like there are a few things, pieces of paper over here that I would like to organize and go through and clean up, which I will after this. So what are you doing from an energetic perspective to allow this energy to boomerang back to you? I'm putting it out, I want it back in. All right, let me see, let me get caught up with the comments. Bridgie Widgie, welcome to the chat. Amelia's in the house. China Lang, welcome to the chat. It's been a while, VIP Aaron says. I know, right? To be a cowgirl, thank you for that. Or cowboy, technically. Oh, cow person with a mustache. Tulips in the house. Sandy, welcome to the chat. Alicia, welcome to the chat. Ashley's in the house. Oh boy, I can't say that name. Marna, I think is how you say it. Same. VIP Deborah says, Alicia, thank you for being here. VIP Aaron says, so maybe I should have should not be saving all my used notebooks. It's not that, VIP Aaron, you can save them because I saved mine as well. They're my journals, right? They're my thoughts for many years, but put them in a specific place. Like, is there a bookshelf that they're supposed to be on? And if they are supposed to be on that bookshelf, I have a bookshelf here. For example, I have a bookshelf here, and I have sitting right here a calendar. My partner and I did some planning for travel. So this is meant to be on my desk. We did that yesterday. I'll find a spot for it. I have my journal. This is always here because we manifest every day together, so that makes sense. This book is also on my desk. Now these two books are actually meant to be there. They're meant to be there. I have not put them away. And in fact, I'll do it now. But I was using them to finish an astrology report because the woman had intercepted signs in her chart. And it's a very complex idea. So I will actually, live, so you guys see, put them away. It's very close. And now I have just allowed energy to flow smoother into my space. But this book will always stay here, and so will this notebook, because I use this notebook every single day. Every single day. So if you're using it every single day, I would say keep it in a space where you can just grab it. However, if it's meant to go someplace, because you're not looking at it every day, then it needs to have a home. That's basically what the conversation is. Wait, VIP Aaron says, wait, that reminded me. I couldn't find your journal on Amazon. What is it under? You know what? One of them comes up very easily and the other one doesn't. And if you would like to buy them, it's better to just go to my website, lindsaywithlove.com, and click products. It's at the very bottom. Mother Goose says, I love this. Midwest is best. Welcome back to the chat. It's nice to see you here. Hi, Enfoodiastic. I think is how you say that. VIP Deborah says, VIP Aaron. I know, just looked at all the little manifesting every day. I guess I can throw them away. Yeah, you can throw them away. If you've already created it, you guys, if you want. If it's near and dear to your heart, I'm not saying throw it away. I throw away when I work with my clients after it's done. It needs to, like, I will rip it up right now and say it needs to be thrown away. Because A, it's already done. B, it is your private life, okay? I don't think anybody needs to know what Mel L is manifesting unless she wants to tell somebody. So I always rip it up and I always throw it in the trash. Okay, that's a little too aggressive for me. My grip strength. See? That's it. This is a fresh paper that will sit here because I'll use it later today to plan out my week. That's it. So that needs to go in the trash and I'll put it in there after this call. So let's keep going. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Let me keep going with the conversation. She says, then about a month later, so she says the woman had a good sense of humor and commenced immediately, putting her house in order. She rearranged furniture, straightened out the bureau of drawers, cleaned rugs, and soon made a big financial demonstration, a gift from a relative. The woman herself became made over and keeps herself keyed up financially by being ever watchful of the external and expecting prosperity, knowing God is her supply. Many people are in ignorance. Now, hold on to your seats, you guys. You might get a little triggered by this next sentence. I don't know. I'm about to read it. I'm not a triggered person. I don't get triggered anymore because nothing shakes me. She says, many people are in ignorance of the fact that gifts and things are investments and that hoarding and saving invariably lead to loss. Ooh, this is so good. This is so beautiful because I just listened to a Bob Proctor conversation around money. I just listened to it this morning. And I thought, do I share this with people or do I do something else today? And it's powerful. And it's very true. Money is a fun energy. It wants to play. It wants to meet other people. It wants to go to your hands, to their hands. It wants to know how it's being used. Is it for a robe? Is it for a haircut? What is it to fix my necklace that broke? I don't know. What is it for, right? It wants to be played with. It wants to be used. But it wants to be respected as well. So if you're holding on to it so tight, you're not going to make more, and eventually you will lose it. It has to move. It's an energy, just like everything else, right? And the only way, the absolute only way to make a crap ton of money in this lifetime is to have multiple streams of income. That is the only way. Also, to use your money to make more money. So invest properly, but even investing properly is not going to make you super, super wealthy. It is having multiple streams of income. And that is why when I reflect today on my current streams of income, I will think, what is the next thing I'm going to create and charge for? Just as a little aside, you guys, if you're listening and you're like, I really want to be rich, because I do, I'm not afraid to say it. VIP Aaron says, I have specific notebooks and pens for everything. I don't lose papers. I don't have loose papers anywhere. Yeah, if it's like organized, I think that's fine. If it's orderly, right? The problem is when it becomes disorderly. So for example, I am a fashion girl, you guys know. I love my shoes, I love my bags, I love my clothes. You would not believe it because on TikTok I'm always wearing my bathrobe. But I do really love to get dressed up. I'm very feminine. I like to play with outfits and styles and whatever. And I absolutely know for a fact that one way I can get more shoes, more bags, more clothes is by making sure my closet is always in order. Always. So oftentimes I will go through, like, if I have sweaters that are kind of like flopping around on the shelves, I will go through and like refold all my sweaters and put them very nice. And then all of a sudden it'll be like a sweater shows up in my reality. I just know that's how it works. So what do you want more of? Do you want more sunglasses? Do you want more jewelry? Get a jewelry box. If you want more sunglasses, get a sunglasses box. Organize your stuff to get more stuff. It's whatever you want, right? This is my life. This is what I want, but whatever you want. If you want more money, learn about money, right? Create some financial literacy for yourself. Start reading about finances. I took an entire options trading course. In fact, I can trade options on the stock market. I can. Most people can't. They don't even know what I'm saying. They're like, what? What's a call? What's a put? What's a spread? What? Who's the money maker, huh? How do I tell if this is a good trade? Some people don't even know how to buy one stock. And if that's you, I would say learn how to buy a stock. It's not hard to do. You open up an account, you put the money in the account, you push a button. That's it. And now you own stock of a company. Be mindful of which one you pick, maybe learn a few of the rules around what you're comfortable with, because it is risky. Everything has some risk to it, but great risk, great reward. But you can take calculated risks, right? That's what I do. VIP Deborah says, yeah, it's pretty easy. I bought my own Bitcoin. Yeah, it's easy. But people put it in their heads that it's hard, only certain people can do it, only the smartest people can do it. It's not true. You just have to have a little patience with yourself and learn something new, right? Learn a new skill. And take the idea out of your brain that it's hard, because that's a big hiccup for a lot of people. They say, this is going to be hard, and then they turn it into something that's hard. Just go in and say, this is going to be pretty easy. The girl on the internet told me it's not that hard to do. So I believe her. Believe me. All right. So we go on to talk about, that's the end of the boomerang effect. All right, let's see. This is an interesting conversation, but it's already 10 o'clock, so let's do our manifesting and let's get on the energetic wave. And it's a really good conversation to start off the calendar new year with tomorrow morning. How about that? I will be live tomorrow morning, you guys, so make sure if you enjoyed this conversation, want to hang out with me in any capacity, click this follow button up here. If you are interested in hanging out with me every single day, or at least being connected to me in some way every single day, then join the Cosmic Collective. It's only $33 a month. It's a subscription. Once you're inside, you will already have access to over 7 months worth of energy healing lessons, 7 months worth of, or maybe 5 months, I think we started group energy healing a little bit later. Group energy healings, you can go in and just drop into that recorded session and energy heal. You'll have a lot of access to me directly through Discord. So please join that collective if you're interested. And if you want me to read your energy from an astrology perspective, I do offer astrology reports. And if you're truly ready to just heal yourself already, so you can activate your manifesting power, when you learn your energy, Florence teaches us, I know because I'm doing it for myself, when you learn your energy, you actually create your best life ever. So if you want to do that and actually heal yourself and activate your manifesting power, then get into the Unleash Your Manifesting Power course. Lastly, what else do I have going on? Lastly, everything is at lindsaywithlove.com. So if you don't find something you're looking for in my profile bio, just go to lindsaywithlove.com. And today is the last day that the Reiki Master Energy Healing Certification course is on sale. It's on pre-sale promo still. You'll get $111 off if you join today by midnight tonight, Eastern Standard Time. Tomorrow it goes up to full price of $333. Right now it is only $222. So if you are somebody that wants to heal and get paid for your gifts, because you can, and you have it in your heart, so you will be successful, then join that course. And with that course is also access to a Discord community as well to ask me questions if you have them throughout the course. So super powerful. You receive attunement from me, and I would like to think that I'm a rather powerful energy healer and powerful energy artist that helps people truly change their lives. That is how I view myself. So you will receive that energy from me. My beautiful soul sister on TikTok or YouTube says, yes, it's hard, but not impossible. I think what she was talking when we were talking about shifting into new realities. All right, you guys, get into the courses, into the classes, into the collective if you're interested. For those of you that are, Mel L says, nothing is hard, but we can't compare our chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 20. Yeah, comparison is the thief of joy, right? That's why they say that. Edward, thank you for sharing the live with so many of your friends. I appreciate that. Mel, VIP Aaron says, exactly. VIP Deborah says, 100%. Yep. All right, you guys, so let's do our manifesting. By the way, I think I'm probably at 22.5. If I'm not currently, I will be for sure in the next couple of hours, if that. I've grown almost 1,000 followers in the last 7 days, which is really exciting. And that means in 51 days, I have received 4,000 new followers. 51 days, 4,000 new followers. Not bad. I'll take it. I'll always take more too, by the way. I will always take more, but you guys know that we are manifesting followers for me, and you're manifesting whatever it is you desire, but I'm manifesting followers because my goal is to raise my soul mission. It's not even my goal. It's my soul mission is to raise the frequency of the planet. And I'm doing that by receiving followers, and the more followers I have, the more people I'm hopefully impacting to live a more positive lifestyle. One where they are feeling fulfilled and content and happy and grounded and calm so they can actually manifest and create their own abundance. Remember, the world is abundant for everybody, not just me. And the more abundant I become does not mean I'm stealing your piece of the pie. You have a pie and I have a pie. I'm going to eat all of my pie. I'm going to receive all of it. Are you going to receive all of your pie, or are you only going to just take a little spoonful? It's up to you. If you don't like the idea of a pie because you're like, oh, I don't want to eat a whole pie, then just pick a salad instead. I don't know. So let's do this. This is per Dr. James Doty, neurosurgeon, who says he's proven from a physical perspective we do in fact manifest, and the body changes when we manifest. What he basically, Luna Sky, thank you for the follow. What he basically says in his podcast or interview with Mel Robbins is this. He says that you need to release yourself from a fear state and go into a state of love. Now, how do you do that? You heal your chakra system. How do you do that? You join my Unleash Your Manifesting Power course for $77. That's it. $77 today. Start now. And I recommend 1 month per chakra, starting with the root, moving up to the crown. So in 7 months, so by summertime, you could be living a way better life. But it's going to happen before that, right? Because you start to become more safe and secure with who you are, the root chakra. So you start to make a little bit more bold moves. You take action towards your goals. You're less scared to move forward. That's the first big step. And from there, it just is a snowball effect and becomes very exponential very quickly. That's a graph. That's an exponential graph, right? But you have to start, and you have to do your own push-ups for you. I cannot. Unfortunately, or I would. I truly would. Because I think it's the most beautiful thing to live such a beautiful life, and I want everybody, every single soul to experience it. And if you need to, I offer like Klarna, Afterpay, all those things. So if you want to split up the $77 payments, you can do that too. So I'm manifesting millions of followers. If you're new here, I want 20 million or more. I think that's a good number to start with. But I also recognize that perhaps I might psych myself out to say, I want 20 million followers. It doesn't feel like a psych out for me, but we're going to do this nice and gradually, but always be open to receiving more, okay? So I'm going to tell you, he says, step 1 is to write down your manifestation. Step 2 is to read it silently to yourself. Step 3, read it out loud. Step 4, visualize it. But I'm going to put my Lindsay flair on it as I do, and I'm going to help us become even stronger in this manifestation. We're not just saying, I have 75,000 followers on TikTok. Oh, no, no, no. We're going to go better and bolder and more exciting than that. So this is what mine says, and I would like you to follow along and write yours out. I'm tapping into the 5 senses. It's called NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming. And it says, I vividly see, I already am seeing, I vividly see 75,000 followers or more, always say or more, don't limit yourself, on my TikTok page. And I feel, now I'm feeling, so I'm already onto 2 senses. I feel so proud and excited to share this with my partner. And I hear, now I hear, so I have 3 of the 5 senses covered. Oh, so sorry, 1 second, guys. 3 of the 5 senses covered. And I hear him say how proud he is of me, keep going, babe. He says, keep going, babe. And he doubles it for me. And how I'll be at 150,000 or more in no time. He's always like, we have like kind of an inside joke around the word exponential. So we're always like, it's exponential. And so it will be exponential, and it has been. Crumbs and cookies, this is per Dr. James Doty, neurosurgeon, who had a conversation with Mel Robbins, who says that he has proven from a physiological perspective that we do in fact manifest, and our body is helping us do it, and in the brain and all this. So he's helping us program our subconscious, and this is how he says to do it. Sleepless Us, welcome to the chat, thank you for the follow. So I've been doing this, by the way, if you're new here, I've been doing this since the 7th of November 7th. Here's my number 1, November 7th, number 1. I dated it. I numbered it and I dated it. At the time, I had 18.5. I wrote down my followers. 18.5 thousand followers. It's a little scratchy, I know. My chicken scratch handwriting. Now I'm at 22.5, so 4,000 followers in less than 60 days. So if you need help, by the way, if you need help with this, please drop your manifestation, what you want, in the chat so I can help you. By the way, I'm manifesting millions of followers, not for my own ego. I'm doing it because my soul mission is to empower other people, to help you realize, and all of your friends and your family and the world, how powerful they are from an energetic perspective. to take full accountability for their lives so they can become the creator, rather than relying on the government, relying on systems, relying on this and that. You heal you. You create your life. You win for you. Okay? So read it silently to yourself. If you need help, let me know in the comments below and I'll help you. By the way, if you like manifesting, then you may want to join the Manifesting Club. The doors will reopen. Actually, let me reopen the doors right now. Let me reopen the doors right now to the Manifesting Club. It's $11 a month. We're meeting with the new moon and the full moon each month. Where's my calendar? Calendar right here for 2025. Our next meetup dates for January are Monday, January 13th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live on Zoom. And January 29th, which is a Wednesday, January 29th at 10 a.m. live on Zoom. We meet with the new moon and the full moon each month. And from there, as long as you go live onto my Zoom, as long as you join on the Zoom live, you get to enter your desire in the chat. Everybody that's there, we do a very powerful meditation. We set our energy in a very high vibrational space, and then we push our energy to you when it's your turn. We visualize what you want. We see you as successful. Remember, Florence said in her book, when we were starting to talk about this book a while ago, she says, it takes one person to see the other person as successful, and they will be. Once again, that is what I do for you inside of the Cosmic Collective, or if you're close with me, inside of the Manifesting Club. So please join if you're interested. It's $11 a month, you guys, for 2 sessions, which means it is a whopping $5.50 per session. So don't sleep on it. It's very powerful. Okay, I just reopened it. Bye Bye Blemishes says, my manifestation is financial freedom through an investment property, the growth of BBB skincare, and quitting my many jobs. Mel L says, I love that idea. My manifestation is 1.2 million in my bank account. Going to write the daily balance down. Or more. Mel L, don't forget to put more or more. Bye Bye Blemishes, let's help you out with that one. You need, what I would recommend then is to say something like, I vividly see my investment portfolio growing, and I feel so excited as my skincare, BBB skincare grows, and I hear myself quitting all of my different jobs, and I'm just so excited. Something like that. Tap into your senses. To tap into the senses. All right, so step 2 is to read it silently to yourself. So let me get my journal back. Let me get my journal back out. Step 2, read it silently to yourself. Step 3, read it out loud. So do that now. Read it, use your voice. The words you speak have power. It's very important to use your voice. Speak it out, okay? Speak it into existence. I vividly see 75,000 followers or more on my TikTok, and I feel so proud and excited to share this with my partner. And I can hear him say how proud he is of me to keep going, babe, and how I'll be at 150,000 or more in no time. Now we visualize. What does visualization mean? Dr. James Doty says you put your hands in prayer, you put them at your heart, and you visualize it. I, Lindsay with love, say, you get your hand chakras going a little bit. We have chakras in the hands. This is why people have healing hands. You do too. We all do. You put the hands on the heart. This is what I like to do. You can put them in prayer if you like. I like to do this. I like to put them directly into my heart chakra. And then close. Sandy, for you, what I recommend is something like, I vividly see myself with my next investment property, which increases my income streams or something like that. And I'm so proud, and I feel so proud, and I can hear my real estate agent saying sold or whatever, like something along those lines. Tap into your senses, okay? So I put my hands on my heart, and then I breathe into my heart chakra. I breathe into the chakra. So kind of visualize, I know the breath is coming through the nose, you guys, but visualize the breath coming through the heart. And as you breathe in, you're opening the heart, kind of blooming it like a flower. By the way, all this stuff is what we talk about inside the Cosmic Collective. And I would really recommend, if you're interested in joining before the price goes up, mid-January. So we breathe in and we open the heart chakra like a flower. And on the exhale through the nose, so the exhale through the heart, we close the flower. And we open the flower, breathing in through the heart. We close the flower. And what you're doing is called heart breathing. And there's scientific research around this. You can actually measure the energetic frequency of the heart. And it's quite interesting and powerful information to know. And you also could know that, perhaps you don't know, but I'll tell you anyway, that the manifesting magnet lives in your heart chakra. Now, don't get it twisted. I would hate for you to get it twisted and think all I have to do is breathe into my heart and manifest my best reality. If your energy is real jacked up, you need, what I recommend you do, you actually need to, is align your chakra system. It is a system, so it's like driving around on a flat tire in your car. It's not going to work. So you need the system to be in alignment, okay? Now, from there, rather than watching your life on a movie screen, you're not sitting in a theater eating popcorn, you are on the stage, you are the actress, you are the actor. So you have to tap in and become the leading actor of your show. You've directed it, you're producing it, now you're acting it. So what I do is I go to the door and I open the door, I have my doggy in my arms, I go to the door, I open it, I give my man a kiss, hey babe, how are you? My little doggy's squirming my arms, you know, she wants to give her daddy a kiss. We walk over to the sofa as we do. We sit down and I'm like, how was your day? And he's like telling me about his day. And then he's like, babe, how was your day? Like, what happened? And then I hand him my phone. Now, if your eyes are open, you're watching me, I take my arm and I hand him my phone. And I let him see, and I have a huge smile on my face because I'm very proud. I am proud and I am excited that I've reached one of my goals. Of course, who wouldn't be? So I feel proud, I feel excited, I'm happy, I have a smile on my face. And he's like, oh my gosh, babe, you freaking did it. That is so amazing. And he starts to hype me because that's what he does. He's a really powerful partner for me. He's very supportive. And he's like, I can't believe it. You did it. He's like, oh my gosh, it happened so fast. It's exponential. He always likes to say it's exponential. And you're going to be at 150,000 or more so fast. It's going to be so fast. And that's the conversation. And that's it. So we've been doing this together on this live every single day that I've been live. So scratching out the weekends and this last week during the holidays and my vacation, my travel. But we've been doing this live. And since we've started this 51 days ago-ish, right? 50 some days ago, I have received 4,000 followers. That's pretty good. Not bad. So if you're interested in manifesting with me and all of those powerful people inside of the Manifesting Club, it's an $11 a month subscription. Join, follow us, hang out with us. It is a very quick call. Usually it's about an hour. We follow the energy of the full moon, or the new moon and the full moon. So once again, our next club meeting is on the 13th, Monday, January 13th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I do one evening session, one morning session, one evening session, one morning session, in hopes that your schedule will work with at least one of them. With a full moon, we cut energetic cords, which is a very powerful practice to do if you're feeling very stuck. Full moons are for releasing, new moons are for manifesting, but we manifest in both sessions. User 104054899, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. So, YoFave BBW, thank you for motivating. You're welcome. You're welcome, Sandy. No worries. Okay, so let's get on the energetic wave. If you're new here, I'm going to guide you through some affirmations, some breathing work, affirmations, and some manifesting, kind of like we do inside the Manifesting Club, kind of giving you a sneak peek into what you could have if you joined for $11 a month. And if you're really interested in being closer to me, join the Cosmic Collective. I'm not going to say it again, because now I just sound like a hamster on a wheel. A broken record. VIP Aaron says, random question, did you do a dress like your zodiac sign series? I started a Venus one, but no, I didn't do a full series. I actually have to finish the inconsistency series as well. There's a lot of series I still need to finish, the compatibility series as well. I may have done the entire Venus, but for me, I think you need to dress, this is my personal take on it, by the way, your moon sign is likely how you're going to dress the most, because the moon sign is your emotions, and most people dress for their emotions. If you're like, oh, I just want to have a very comfortable day, you grab sweatpants. If you are feeling very like confident and bold, you might put on the most bright red outfit you have or whatever, right? So most people will, most people dress like their moon sign. A lot of people say dress like your Venus sign because you're going to attract money and love. Yeah, if that's what you're trying to do, but like what if you're going on a job interview? I wouldn't say dress like your Venus sign. I would say dress like your rising sign, because your rising sign is how people perceive you. So you'd want to be perceived in a certain type of way, or your sun sign, because the sun sign is where you shine your brightest. So I think personally you should dress in different ways depending on the scenario. Going shopping for a Prezzo outfit tomorrow. What's a Prezzo outfit? What does Prezzo mean? And yay, I love some shopping. Text, how do I find my moon sign? You can go to astro.com and enter your birth details. you'll need to know your birth date, time, and your location of birth, and you can see all of your chart. And if you're interested, conference presentation. Got it. I was like, what? I think it was presentation, but I was like, I think that's what it is. And if you're interested in me reading your birth chart, I do offer multiple astrology reports. Let's get on the energetic wave, you guys. It's already 10:20. I have work to do today. Holy cow. I have lots of editing to do on videos, so I can get everything posted by the end of today. Fingers crossed. All right, if you're new here, just find a space that you can close your eyes and breathe a little with me. I'm going to set you in a very high vibrational frequency. For those of you that are celebrating the new year tonight, you will walk into 2025 in a very high vibrational space. For those of you like me that are treating it kind of like any other day, because that's really what it is from an energetic perspective, then I'll just put you in a great vibe for the day. How about that? And VIP Aaron, I'm sending lots of positive energy for you to finish your writing and your work. And to feel better. All right, closing the eyes, taking a deep breath in, breathing in through the nose, belly nice and full. Letting it out of the mouth. Breathing in through the nose. Letting it go. This is a reset breath. You can do this anytime you're feeling a little bit low vibe. When you start to feel yourself spiraling down, when you start to feel yourself losing control of your emotions, start getting annoyed, frustrated, breathing in through the nose one more time. And letting it go. Good. We're going to do some affirmations next. I'd like you to speak out loud if you can, and only silently if you must. We know that the words we speak have power, so we're going to say them with intention from our gut, from our solar plexus, and we're going to say them with love and fulfillment and intention from the heart chakra. Conviction from the gut, intention and love from the heart. You may want to think about that thing you were just manifesting with me. Trust that it's on its way to you. Recognize where you might be holding it up, slowing it down, something along those lines. Repeating out loud after me. I am strong and I can do this. Smiling big, showing me your teethers. If you're new here, my little doggy has a permanent underbite. She's always smiling at people, so that's where show me your teethers comes from. But we're smiling because you are happy. You not only know about the spiritual law and the energy, but you are actually implementing it and changing your reality, so you are happy about that. I freaking did it. Why? Because I knew I could do it. I am strong and I can do this. Smiling big and showing me your teethers. You're happy, you're manifesting your best life ever. I freaking did it. Why? Because I knew I could do it. And then we're going to breathe on, inhaling through the nose, pulling this vision, this feeling, this idea up, up, up the back of the spine, up the chakra system, giving it out of the crown, the top of the head to God, Source, Universe, Creator, for God, Source, Universe, Creator to understand and help us co-create together. And on the exhale, we bring this vision, this feeling, this idea, this thought down, down, down the back of the spine, where it lands in the root chakra, the base of the spine, going in a clockwise circle, really bringing this energy in a clockwise circle to cement it into the physical reality. Quite literally bringing your ideas and your imagination and thoughts down to earth, into the physical world. Good. One more deep breath in, pulling this idea, this thought, this feeling up, up, up the chakra system, giving it to God, Source, Universe, Creator out of the crown. And on the exhale, you're bringing it down the chakra system, cementing it into the physical reality in a clockwise fashion. Good. One more time. I am strong and I can do this. Smiling big and showing me your teethers. Force yourself to smile even if you don't want to. There's scientific evidence that smiling does actually in fact raise our frequency. I freaking did it. Why? Because I knew I could do it. You are on the energetic wave, my friends. Thank you for being here. I truly hope to see some new faces inside the Cosmic Collective today. I hope to see some new people inside of the Manifesting Club today. And if you are interested in me working with you in any capacity, I do offer private healing sessions. I offer astrology reports, and you can get into my healing courses. Remember, if you want to be a healer, join today. Please save yourself some money. Collect your abundance, right? When you want something and somebody's offering a discount and you want it from that person, that is the universe, that is God, Source, Universe, Creator saying, here's some abundance. Take it, please. And when you take your abundance and you accept it in, guess what? You start to activate that energy of receiving and giving abundance. It is very beautiful. It's very powerful. Have a great day, VIP Deborah. Corrine, Nicole, thank you for being here. Thanks for the rose. Thank you for the likes. Yafa Empress, VIP Yafa Empress. I miss saying hi to you, but I saw you sneaking in. Hello. Welcome back to the chat. Thanks for being here, you guys. All right, you guys, I hope you have an amazing day. Thank you for the follow, Crunchy. Oh, for the share, Crunchy Adjacent. Thank you for the follow, Crunchy Adjacent. Thank you guys for being here. Have a great day. I will see you tomorrow. I hope to see some of you inside of the Cosmic Collective. And if you join today, then I will see you on Discord, because I'm already on Discord this morning, chatting it up in there. We're having a good time. Have a great day, Catherine. For all of you that are new here, please make sure to follow so we see each other again. I will be back here live tomorrow at 9 a.m. Have a great day, you guys. Goodbye to my YouTube viewers. Have a great day.